Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Boost English Skill Podcast.
Your daily English boost.
It's always so nice to have you here with us. I'm Luna.
And I'm John. It feels like a good day for a deep, cozy talk, doesn't it?
It really does. I'm ready to just settle in and chat.
Perfect. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're joining us for this conversation.
Today, we're talking about a question we get all the time from listeners. How do you move from just listening to English to actually feeling fluent?
Yes, our episode title is Turning Daily Listening into Real Fluency.
And we've marked this episode for English Level B1. That means clear, natural sentences and everyday storytelling.
But as always, if you are a strong beginner, maybe at level A1 or A2, please don't feel this is too fast.
Not at all. This is a perfect chance to just listen to the flow of English. Enjoy the conversation like you enjoy music. Let the patterns sink in naturally.
Exactly. Your goal today is not to understand every word. Your goal is to practice listening in a relaxed way.
Before we begin, a quick and friendly reminder. If you find our podcast helpful, please give us a like, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
It supports us so much, and it helps other learners find a calm place to practice.
So, turning daily listening into real fluency. John, when a listener writes to us and says, I listen every day, but I still don't feel fluent, what do you think is happening?
I think the first thing is we need to define fluency. It's a big word. It can feel like a mountain.
Yes, it's not just about understanding. It's about being able to use the language.
Right. You can listen to music every day, but that doesn't mean you can play the piano.
That's a great comparison. Listening is input. Fluency is about output too. Speaking, writing, reacting.
So the person who listens every day is doing something wonderful. They are giving their brain the sound, the rhythm, the music of English.
They are building a huge library in their mind.
Yes, but the books are all on the shelf. They haven't taken one down and started reading it aloud yet.
So the gap is between the library and the conversation.
I think so, and that gap can feel frustrating.
It really can. I remember when I was learning, I think it was French. I listened to radio all the time. I understood more and more.
But then when you tried to speak?
My mind was completely empty. It was like all the words disappeared. I just had a feeling of panic.
That is so common. Your listening library is full, but the door is locked when you try to speak.
Exactly. So the key is to find a way to unlock that door, to connect the listening with the speaking.
Let's start with the first step, the quality of listening. Not all listening is the same.
What do you mean?
Well, there's passive listening and active listening.
Aha, yes. Passive listening is when English is just there in the background. You're cooking and a podcast is playing.
And that is not bad. It's still helpful. Your ear is getting used to the sounds. It's like a warm bath for your brain.
I like that. A warm bath for your brain. But it's very relaxed.
It is. Then there's active listening. This is when you focus, you pay attention. Maybe you have a goal.
For example, you listen to our podcast and you think, today I will try to notice all the past tense verbs.
Or I will listen for 3 new interesting phrases.
That changes everything. Now you are not just a passenger, you are the driver of your learning.
And active listening is the bridge. It starts to move the words from the passive library to the active part of your mind.
Because you are engaging with the material. You are hunting for something specific.
Yes, it's like you're giving your brain a little mission, and the brain loves missions.
It does. So our first tip is to sometimes switch from passive listening to active listening, even for 5 minutes.
Exactly. Don't feel you must do 1 hour of intense focus. Just a short, active session can be powerful.
I'm curious, for our listeners, what kind of listening do you usually do? More passive or more active? You can tell us in the comments if you want.
We're always interested in your learning journey. It helps us make better episodes for you.
So we have active listening. That's step 1 to build the bridge. What is a very practical way to do active listening with this podcast, for example?
A simple way is the 3-word method.
The 3-word method? Tell us.
Okay, you listen to a part of a conversation, maybe 2 minutes. Your only job is to listen for 3 words or phrases that you understand, but you don't use yourself.
Oh, I see. So you hear John say it's like a warm bath for your brain. You understand it, but you would never say it.
Right. You write down those 3 things. Just 3, not 20, 3.
And then what?
And then later in the day, you try to use one of them. Maybe you're thinking about your own learning and you say to yourself, listening to music in English is like a warm bath for my brain.
You say it out loud.
Yes, or you write it in a journal. You take that phrase from the listening library and you put it into a sentence of your own.
That is a tiny, safe way to start building output. I love that.
It's not scary. You're not having a conversation with a native speaker yet. You're just repeating and adapting something you already understand.
That's the key. Using what you already know. Fluency isn't about knowing everything. It's about using what you know confidently.
100%. A lot of people have a bigger vocabulary in their listening library than they think.
They just need permission to use it.
Permission from themselves. They think, is my grammar perfect? Is my pronunciation correct? And that fear stops them.
So the 3-word method is like giving yourself a small, safe task. No pressure.
No pressure at all. And this is the kind of everyday English we use. It's not textbook English. It's real.
It is. And by focusing on these little phrases, you're learning how people actually talk, not just how grammar rules work.
Which is a huge part of fluency, the feeling of natural speech.
Let's talk about repetition, because listening once is not usually enough.
No, it's not. Our brains learn through repetition, but repetition can be boring.
It can be. So how do we make repetition useful and not boring?
I think you change your focus each time. The first time you listen, just for general understanding. What is the topic? How do Luna and John feel?
The second time, you do the 3-word method. Listen for those useful phrases.
A third time, maybe you listen and pause after each sentence. You try to repeat it exactly, copying the rhythm and the melody.
The melody of the sentence, that's so important for speaking.
It is. English has a music to it. Questions go up, statements go down. Surprise has a different tune.
And by repeating, you're training your mouth muscles and your ear at the same time.
It's physical, not just mental. Speaking a language is a physical skill.
Like learning to dance. You watch the steps, but you must do them yourself to learn.
Perfect comparison. You can't learn to dance just by watching. You have to move your feet.
So repetition with a different focus each time turns one piece of listening material into 3 or 4 different lessons.
Exactly, and it makes it deeper. You're not just skimming the surface.
This is making me think about something else, the role of silence.
Silence?
Yes, in a conversation there are pauses. When we're listening to learn, we often want constant sound, but maybe we need to include silence in our practice.
How do you mean?
Well, after you hear a sentence, you pause the audio. You leave a space of silence. In that silence, you think of how you would answer the question.
Oh, I see. So you're not just repeating, you're using the listening as a prompt for your own thoughts.
Yes. John says, "What kind of listening do you usually do?" And you pause. In the silence, you formulate your answer in English. I usually listen passively when I am driving.
That is a fantastic exercise. It turns a one-way activity into a two-way simulation.
It does, and it happens in the safety of your own space. No one is waiting for your answer. You can take 10 seconds or 30 seconds.
That silence is where the magic happens. That's where your brain searches its own library for the words.
And maybe the first time you only think, I listen in car. That's okay.
That's more than okay. That's a start. Next time, maybe you think, I usually listen to podcasts when I'm driving to work.
You build it slowly, in the silent spaces.
This is such good advice. Use the pauses. Don't be afraid of quiet.
Our brains need quiet to process, to create.
So, we've talked about active listening, the three-word method, repetition, and using silence. What about something even more direct, like shadowing?
Shadowing. That's when you speak at the same time as the speaker, right?
Yes, you try to follow immediately, like an echo. It's challenging, but it really connects listening and speaking muscles.
It's great for rhythm and intonation, but I think you should start with very short clips.
Oh, absolutely. Don't try to shadow a 10-minute monologue. That's too hard.
Yes, start with one sentence. Play it, then try to say it with the speaker. Then pause and try it alone.
And be kind to yourself. It will feel strange and clumsy at first.
But it's like training wheels for speaking. You're supported by the native speaker's voice.
You are, and over time, your voice starts to sound more natural, more confident.
All of these methods have one thing in common. They are small, they are specific.
Turning listening into fluency is not one big jump. It's 1,000 small steps across that bridge.
1,000 small steps. I like that. It makes it feel possible.
It is possible. Everyone who is fluent today took those small steps. They just took them for a long time.
Consistency over intensity. 5 minutes of active practice every day is better than 2 hours once a month.
1,000,000% better. Your brain learns through daily contact.
Let's talk about a different challenge. You do all this practice alone, but then you have to talk to a real person, and the fear comes back.
The moment of truth. Yes. How do we prepare for that?
I think we can prepare by pre-thinking.
Pre-thinking?
Yes, before you go into a situation where you might use English, you think of 3 sentences you will probably need.
Give me an example.
Okay, you have an online English lesson. Before the lesson, you think, I will probably need to say, my connection is good, or can you repeat that please, or I need a moment to think.
So you prepare your most useful phrases. You write them down, you say them out loud a few times.
Exactly. You are loading them into the front of your mind, so when the moment comes, they are ready to use.
That reduces panic. You have a little toolkit ready.
It does. And after you use one successfully, you feel a little victory. That builds confidence for next time.
Confidence is the fuel for fluency. Every small success gives you more fuel.
It really does. And you know, those prepared phrases often come from daily listening.
Aha! The circle is complete. You hear a useful phrase in a podcast, you practice it with the three-word method, you pre-think it for your conversation, and then you use it.
That is the full journey, from input to output.
That's turning daily listening into real fluency. It's a cycle.
It's a beautiful personal cycle. I imagine our listeners are thinking about their own cycle right now.
I hope so. And you know, if you've tried any of these ideas, we'd love to hear about it. What works for you? What feels difficult?
You can share in the comments. Your experience can help other learners too.
Absolutely. We learn from each other.
There's one more thing we haven't mentioned. Enjoyment.
The most important thing.
If listening feels like a hard job every day, it's difficult to continue. But if you find content you enjoy,
Then listening is a gift, not homework.
yes, find podcasts about your hobbies. Listen to videos about cooking or science or travel. Watch a TV show you love.
When you are interested, you listen more deeply without even trying. Your brain is engaged because it wants the information.
And that deep engagement is the best kind of active listening. It's natural.
So your first mission is not a grammar mission, it's a happiness mission. Find English content that makes you smile.
I love that. A happiness mission. Start there.
Everything else becomes easier if you start from a place of enjoyment.
It's so true. The technical exercises, the shadowing, the repetition, they work better if you actually like the material.
You'll want to come back to it. You'll want to understand it better.
That's the engine for long-term learning. Wanting to.
Not having to, wanting to.
Let's talk about patience, because this process takes time.
It does, and time can feel slow when you want results quickly.
How do we be patient with ourselves?
I think we measure progress in a different way. Not by I am fluent now, but by I understood that joke today, or I used that phrase correctly.
Small victories. Collect them. Write them down in a notebook.
Yes, a fluency journal. Not a list of words you don't know, a list of moments you succeeded.
Today, I explained my idea in the online meeting. Today, I ordered coffee in English without pointing.
Those moments are the real fluency. They are the bricks in your bridge.
And some days there are no bricks. Some days you just listen passively and feel tired. That's okay too.
That's more than okay. That's part of the journey. Rest is learning too.
It is. Your brain is processing in the background.
So be a kind friend to yourself. Celebrate the tiny steps. Forgive the quiet days.
That mindset, I think, is the secret to everything. Kindness.
I agree. Learning with kindness is sustainable. Learning with pressure is not.
We've covered so much ground. Active listening, the 3-word method, repetition, using silence, shadowing, pre-thinking, enjoyment, patience.
It might feel like a lot, but remember, you don't need to do all of it today.
No, pick one small idea, just one. Try it this week.
Maybe the 3-word method with this very episode.
That's a perfect start. Listen again, find 3 phrases, and try to use one later.
You've already done the first step. You listened today.
You did, and that is a wonderful, powerful step.
Honestly, just listening to this conversation is building your library. You are hearing how we connect ideas, how we agree, how we tell little stories.
This is real, usable English, and your brain is absorbing it.
Even if you're just relaxing with us, you are moving forward.
We are so proud of you for that, for showing up, for giving your time to English.
Truly, it's a gift you give to your future self.
That's a beautiful thought, a gift to your future self.
Okay, I think we are coming to a natural close, but before we finish, let's just take a deep breath.
Yes, let's all take a deep breath together. You, me, John, and all our listeners.
Thank you.
So, to wrap up, turning daily listening into fluency is about building a bridge.
Use active listening to choose your bricks.
Use small exercises like the 3-word method to move them from your library to your voice.
Use kindness and patience as your tools.
And most importantly, find joy in the process. Make it a happy part of your day.
If this calm space helps you, please help us grow. Give us a like, subscribe to the Boost English Skill podcast, and share it.
Your support allows us to keep making these conversations. We're so grateful.
And we'd love to hear from you. How much of today's conversation did you understand? What is your one small step this week?
Tell us in the comments. We read every single one, and they make us smile.
From both of us, thank you for listening. Thank you for your amazing effort.
You are building your bridge, one small step at a time, and we are here cheering for you.
Keep going. You're doing great.
We'll be back soon with another cozy conversation.
Until then, happy listening and happy speaking.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.